9 states. And I'm going to be covering it all for you live from Los Angeles, California. Check out cannabisradio.com on election night. We'll have the latest election returns, not on the president, not on the senator, not on the shit you don't care about, but about weed, ganja, herb, grass. Any grass smokers out there? And I'm going to tell you, I'm from Portland, Oregon. I flew in here from Portland, Oregon. There's 2 ways your election story can end, and I know exactly how those 2 ways play out. In 2012, Oregon was on the ballot for legalization with Washington and Colorado, and we had to watch as they passed it, and we failed. We didn't get the people out in the election. We didn't win in 2012, and I had to sit there and watch the state right next to me with legal weed while we were still getting busted. That's one way it can turn out if you don't get out and vote yes on 4. The other way it can turn out is 2014, when Oregon was on the ballot with Alaska and Washington, D.C., and we passed legalization by the greatest measure of any state that's done so far, 56.11%. I challenge you to beat that. You can beat that. You can do that with yes on 4. I want to see 60% out of Massachusetts. And I'm telling you, since Oregon legalized, it is heaven on earth. Where I used to live on the Green Mile in Portland, if I ran out of weed, I could walk 2 blocks to the pot shop. And if I didn't like the prices there, I'd walk another 6 blocks to the next pot shop. And if I didn't like the prices there, I'd get on the bus and go down another couple blocks to the next pot shop. In Portland, we got 9 pot shops on one avenue that runs from 20th to 90th. 9 pot shops from 20th to 90th. That could be your future if you vote yes on 4. Yes on 4. Yes on 4. I'm Radical Russ. Thank you.
All right, everybody, give it up for Russ. And now we have a guy who's really paved the way forward for so many people who are here. I often say we stand on the feet or stand on the shoulders of giants. And with no further ado, Keith Straub, the founder of Normal.
Thank you. I smoke pot and I like it a lot. Okay, so let's get that clear. I'm a 72-year-old attorney. I first smoked marijuana when I was a freshman at Georgetown Law School in 1965, and I've been a regular smoker ever since. I want to say there's absolutely nothing wrong with the responsible use of marijuana by adults, and it's none of the government's business whether you smoke or why you smoke. Now, as Russ said, what's important is let's end prohibition. You people in Massachusetts are next in line. Let's make sure it happens. It's a fabulous time to be alive. When we started Normal in 1970, only 12% of the American public supported legalization. 88% of the country were opposed to what we're doing. We now have national polls, 5, 6, 7 national polls showing between 55 and 61% of the American public now support full legalization. Now, it's important to keep in mind, that doesn't mean they're pot smokers. They're not pro-pot, they're anti-prohibition. Only about 15% of the public are current smokers. That's still millions of people, 40 million or more. But we're winning because we have finally won the hearts and minds of a majority of the non-smokers. They realize that prohibition causes more harm than the use of the drug itself. So folks, it's a wonderful time to be alive. You don't usually get to see the end of prohibition, a new industry created, as Russ was just saying. If you visited Colorado or Oregon or Alaska or the District of Columbia, Colorado, it's incredible to see the tens of thousands of new jobs that have been created. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with smoking pot in those states. You don't get arrested anymore. So now, finally, let me say this. As much as I like to smoke, and I do, obviously, 51 years, I think. The truth is, this is only incidentally about marijuana. It is really about personal freedom. And if you people get registered, vote on November 8th, we are going to restore a measure of personal freedom to the lives of millions of people in the state of Massachusetts this fall. Thank you all.
Thank you, Keith. All right, everybody, make sure you do get to the SSDP tent to facilitate you voting for 4. Yes on 4. All right, up next, Brett Coggill with Greenleaf Magazine.